stuff done, and no problem at all. He would not speak bad on anybody. But you got to reevaluate yourself, dude. I'm sorry.
Who she talking? She talking to Nate, right? Nathan? Who she talking about?
Nathan.
Cook that shit, Nathan. Nathan, come off the mic and cook. Straight talking to Nathan. She cooked.
Hold on, y'all. We got to get Nathan a chance to respond to that. Nate, what you got, man? That's crazy.
Yeah, man, I'm busy right now, but I have to jump on my I'm going to put this on pause. My phone's on pause to handle the situation. But, Beth, I'm in the community, and I work very hard. Hold on, brother. Hold on. I work very hard in my business, and I do structured networking times now, literally work 24 fucking hours, literally straight through, right? So when you talk about work ethic, miss me with that shit. My family, I volunteer. My family volunteer. I'm not going to say what we do, right? But my grandfather have his name on multiple states, right? Have purchased hundreds of acres, right? He was honored by the city when he passed away, right? So this type of disrespect, because I'm fighting for a cause and to repair a man, not just for me. Listen, they don't have to write me a check. Just give a check to the black community and miss me with it. That's how I feel about it. Because I want to see a wrong get corrected. So when you sit here, what you won't do is tell a Jewish person they're lazy for asking for reparations for them. That's what you're not going to do, Beth. So go check with that. Talking about being nice. It's not nice to tell somebody that you shouldn't get reparations for slavery and Jim Crow.
Okay. So can I give you some figures, Nathan? I'm sitting here listening.
Hold on. We want to make sure he was done. He was cooking. I want to make sure he was done.
I'm done, brother. I got to take a phone call.
He was done. Go ahead, family. I just want to make sure that.
Did I go after him?
Okay, so what I wanted to point out, because everybody keeps talking about like the damages that were paid out as a result of the Holocaust. And so while you guys were talking about it, I looked it up, and I think between 1945 and 2018, the German government paid $83.6 billion. And that was over a period of 73 years. And so I calculated, and that works out to be $1.18 billion per year. If you calculate that, how much is it divided by 6 million people that died in the Holocaust? I think you come up with a total of $187 per year. And then if you calculate $187 per year times the 73-year period, that's a total payout of about $13,800. So when people are like talking about reparations, they can't give me any figures about how much are they talking about per person, even within 3 orders of magnitude. So if you're using the Jewish amount, okay, and you say $13,800 gets paid out per head, is that how much you're talking about will be paid out per head? And I might also mention that in the Jewish case, if you look at the average net worth of a Jewish house, $13,800 is a small fraction. That's like a rounding error for the average wealth of a Jewish house in the United States, or in Israel for that matter. So you can't use the generational wealth argument, because it's just not enough that was allocated. So what do you say from?
Hey, you guys have to realize that it's not about direct payments to people. Like I think that's what you guys think it's about. It's not like Nathan, use Nathan. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Anybody hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right. Nathan doesn't, like Nathan's story, he don't sound like no brother that need no money. You feel me? But Nathan is not speaking per se about himself receiving a direct payment. When it comes to the German reparation, it wasn't just about direct payments. They had to repair the areas around them, infrastructure, education. These things cost. Some of that money, I'm sure, went to Israel for them to relocate in certain cases. So again, it's not about direct payments to people. And even if it was, when it comes to America, I think they said with the 40 acres and a mule, that might come out to about $106,000 per person. You know what I'm saying? So like some like that might what 40 acres and a mule might equal up to, but it's not about giving people $5, $10, $100,000 in their pocket and saying, hey, everything's going to be okay. It's about direct investments in communities. It's about repairing communities. Like, but you guys don't understand that.
But
you guys don't understand that.
Let's talk about what's not understood. If it's not direct payments, if it's like transfer something, it has to be some amount, some dollar value has to be put on it. What I'm saying.
Are you there?
Absolutely.
A dollar value has to be put on it.
Sorry about that, Andrew.
Who?
Go ahead, Rob.
I'm just saying that, like, that's why I kind of hate having this conversation with people, especially like I don't even want to say white people, but it's disingenuous because they're not listening. Like, I don't think no black person on this stage is out here hurting like that. You feel me? Ain't nobody tripping. Like, we paying our bills, we go to work, we take care of our children, as business owners. That does not mean that we don't understand what's happened to our community for hundreds of years, and in certain cases, things that are still happening.
Come on.
But unfortunately, when Black Americans speak in certain spaces, it's always this, oh, we're victims. Oh, we're victims, this and that. Like, man, I've heard y'all for the last 4 years cry about Biden destroying your lives. I've heard this on this app. I've heard it.
No, Rob, let me ask you something really quick. Let me ask
The right does love to cry about Biden.
Hold on, let me ask Rob something. Anybody else can answer this. Rob, to your point, victimhood and all that. Whoopi Goldberg is under attack right now because she said on The View the other day that Black Americans are suffering just as bad as the people in Iran. What do you think of that comment, sir? Because I feel like
I think
about that, but she's saying that to trigger liberals. What do you think about that?
Okay, if you say that in the sense of them being literally bombed right now, no, we're not literally being bombarded with weapons of mass destruction. So I can say that. But what I believe, because I haven't heard this, but when people speak like that and generally, they're talking about certain conditions of Black Americans. And there is a segment of Black America or Black Americans who do live in third world-like conditions. And if you guys want to deny that, I don't know what to tell you.
I think, is she talking about, like, gay people being killed in public and women can't vote and all that in Iran? I don't think she's talking about the war, right? Or do you have any context to that?
You know what? My phone keeps overheating. It can't scroll up and down. I can't press any buttons. So it's taken me a long time to come off mic. Apologies. Leah, let me see. I need to watch the full segment, or maybe I can play the full segment in the room.
Yeah.
Let me grab the clip and I'll play the full segment and we can dissect it.
She's trying to make excuses. Who else want to argue again?
I want to push back a little on Rob. Okay, so I've been trying to look all this up while you guys are talking because the Holocaust reparations gets brought up a lot. So Holocaust survivors since the 1950s have been, and their heirs have been paid out by Germany about $90 billion since the 50s. These payments primarily focus on direct compensation for personal suffering, lost property, and forced labor, rather than specifically funding education or infrastructure. The vast majority of that dollar amount has been direct compensation to the survivors. And then there are some funds that I guess were unclaimed that perhaps descendants have been able to claim. But the vast majority did go to the direct survivors. As far as education initiatives like Rob brought up, that's really just about like Holocaust education. And we've done a lot as far as, we all know we've done a lot when it comes to education and fixing a lot of the whitewashing, et cetera, and so forth. So maybe there's room to improve there as well. Infrastructure, there's no evidence. Here it says there's no evidence from the provided sources that Germany allocated reparations specifically for infrastructure projects benefiting Holocaust survivors or their descendants. So, the moral of the story is everything that I've been looking up is it was directly, vast majority of the money directed to the actual survivors. And then the timeline is problematic, right? When you get into tort law, when it comes to statute of limitations. So that's kind of a complexity here as well. And then calculating the actual, it's tough. I mean, it's not the same. I mean, I get you guys break those issues precedent, but it's kind of not. Like, it really is its own, it's a different situation.
Yo, shout out to her for that.
Hi, everyone.
I hope Sig heard that in her white woman voice. Hope you heard that. Reparations, brother, because I know you can't hear us when we speak. Sabina, how you doing? Beautiful.
Hi.
All right.
I'm fine.
You want to jump
Don't quit your day job.
How are you? Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment on Whoopi, the comment she made on the View.
If we want to play the clip first. And
that would be perfect. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. I queued it up. Here we go. Hopefully y'all can hear it.
And it's slow. But let's just remember, too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't understand a basic human right.
Here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
Where the Iranians are being
banging black people. So
it's not even the same. I should have said
that's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit into
I'm sorry.
I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt. I can't have my arms out.
I'm telling you.
I literally said it was up to the Iranian people.
Yes,
it is up to them.
And that's why I am saying that it is the same. Murdering someone for their difference is not good. Whoever does it. It's not good. So that's why I said you weren't saying what I heard was not what you meant.
I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
Guys, don't go to Iran. Do not any of it.
Let me tell you about being in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. But yeah, I know that. And we all know that. But every day we are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are our kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood? They are not big deals, and I don't mean to say they're not big deals to you, because that's not what I meant.
And they are not doing well there either. They are not doing well in Iran. They are not educated. They're not talking about it.
I'm talking about
nobody wants to diminish the very real problems we have in this country. That's no one's intent. But I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country, and people deserve rights.
Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. Listen, I'm sorry. You know, when you think about the fact that we got the vote in 1965.
They don't have elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe. They can't go out of their house.
You know what? There's no way I can make you understand.
Let me try something. It's like
try to reverse roles with a black person in this country, let's say, because I think that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Just try to understand from their point of view. From that point of view, this country does not do them well. Does not go to them.
Please do.
If you're talking about Iran, of course, is doing worse things, but relatively speaking,
well, you know
feels bad.
Okay, so I think you know that Iran is significantly
I guess we're going to come back.
Listen, I was in the
talk more about this.
And I know what.
And there you have it. That's Whoopi Goldberg. She says black people living in America have it just as bad as people living in Iran. And I know
it's all good. Play some Farrakhan.
She's right.
Next. You got some of those?
She's correct.
Sabina was going to respond, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I think she's 100% correct. And I think it's disingenuous to compare a war zone to a country that's supposed to be in peacetime. Okay? So for her to try to use the argument of a country that's in a complete war zone, how about this, right? How about she look at Iranian Americans, okay? Look at the stats of Iranian Americans who left Iran, who live in America, right? They're flourishing, they're doing well. They're actually one of the most economically wealthy people in America, right? So ask yourself, why is that so many groups that are oppressed in their own country could come here and flourish, and you have a whole subclass of people who cannot, right? So I completely agree with Whoopi Goldberg, because at the end of the day, right, Iranian people want their nation to flourish for them to flourish as well, right? They want their nation, and I hope they get it. I truly do. But my thing is that this comparison has become very insulting. I've seen Iranian people who also insult Western women and say, "Oh, you guys are bleeding hearts. You guys have all these rights." What's with the oppression Olympics? You don't need to get rid of one group of rights in order to gain the other. I even think the comparison in itself is insulting, and I think the whole reason why it was brought up was to try to say, "Oh, Black Americans, you don't have it as bad as somewhere else, so therefore you should stop complaining." And I think why the whole purpose is try to improve your own country. Okay, so at the end of the day, I support Iranian people 100% when it comes to improving their own country, right? Same with any other group of people. But when it comes to American people, they cannot improve their own country. They always have to worry about 100 million other countries. And that's not fair. That's not right. And that's what this whole isolationist thing comes from, right? It's one thing if America wants to get involved in other places. It's another thing entirely when other people want to tell you, and I've seen Iranians online saying, "You're a white savior complex, we don't need you, we don't want you to get involved," but yet they're begging America to get involved. So please, with all due respect, if you're going to approach America and want them to get involved, at least do it from a place of respect, okay? Because there are a lot of people in America who are suffering. And like any nation, like China or anywhere else, they focus on their own people as well as if they have something to give to other people, with all due respect. So I support Whoopi 100%.
Okay, anybody else? Shout out to you, Queen, for supporting Whoopi.
Thank you, Sabrina.
You're welcome. Thank you. Shukran.
Hey, I just want to say this, that there's probably areas of every town, everybody's city that everybody is in right now that most of y'all will refuse to drive through. And the fact that I could say that about any city in America makes me believe that something is wrong. Like, it's a segment of this. And if you want to say the Appalachian Mountains, you can talk about those people too, because those people are downtrodden. It's a lot of white Americans that actually experience the same things that we experience as low-income Black Americans. Like literally the same things: food deserts, drug abuse, high rates of crime.
American.
Well, Nakeem, you're not. I agree to that. I agree to that.
Yeah, but I'm with you.
But I know where you're from. Ain't you from Birmingham?
Montgomery.
Well, either way, I know that you from a hell of a place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The scariest place. The only time I ever been scared performing in my life was in Birmingham. Yeah, I swear to God, that's another story though. That's a whole nother story. But this segment in America, man, that I'm talking about, like, we have to stop dismissing these people. And just like that young lady said, like she said it beautifully. Like every other place can discuss the ills of their country and try to improve it, but somehow when these people, and in this case the people that are speaking for them, are telling you that this is what's happening, and in a lot of cases y'all guys see this. Like y'all guys won't drive to certain areas in your own city. Y'all know y'all won't.
And
that ought to tell you something.
Why do you say that? Well, I
right.
Understand.
And no one would ever tell Chinese people, right, that you should not complain, right, because you have it better than other people. That no one in their right mind would tell Chinese people, don't complain because Iranian women have it worse than you. What the fuck kind of argument is that? If you're a citizen of that country, that's the rights that you have for that country to give you those, those opportunities, right? It doesn't make sense that someone, because you know what, you could find a country doing worse than any place in the world and then compare it. What she's doing is so stupid. What the hell does America have to? No.
Okay, so
you can always find somebody doing worse.
If you're talking about the Chinese case, by the way, I happen to know Chinese people very well. They are not interested in politics. Okay, on the mainland or anywhere in any other place that they live is one. Number two, if you look at Chinese people when they first came to the United States, they were disadvantaged. They had like the Anti-Chinese Exclusion Act, and what they worked on was trying to figure out ways to make money, because I don't know why it's so popular with this one segment of the population that they think that if they have like a lower income, that they're going to like vote their way to a higher income, or they're going to like petition the government and the government is going to take care of it. You know, if you look at people that started off worse, okay, and I'm using the Chinese case, they tried to figure out ways that they can make money, like by opening laundromats and restaurants and small businesses. And it took a generation, but eventually, once they were able to get together enough money, they went on ahead and they joined the middle class and they joined the mainstream. You don't have any Chinese equivalent of Jesse Jackson. There's no Chinese equivalent of Al Sharpton. There's nobody claiming to speak on behalf of like these people, and there's no grievance mongers, you know, that make their living off the backs of Chinese people, because those guys just going ahead and they make money in a matter-of-fact way. So when people are talking about like these conversations, like that idiot Whoopi Goldberg, or when people are talking about the reparations conversations, these are fool's gold conversations, because the idea that somebody's going to, like, you know, elect a leader, this is at least a century old, like the time of W.E.B. Du Bois. We'll just elect the talented and then they'll take up the issue on our behalf. Didn't work, okay? People have been like relying on this or that government program for a long time, okay? All the way probably since like the Reconstruction period. It didn't work. Meanwhile, you have people that came in a bad situation and they just figured out what was necessary to make money by focusing on what was in front of them, one household at a time, and actually the income disparities solved themselves. So it's like, have you ever seen like the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, where every time Wile E. Coyote thinks he's going to catch the Roadrunner, you know what's going to happen? It's kind of like that whenever you hear somebody claiming to speak on behalf of, like, you know, black people and, you know, offer solutions or offer that they're going to petition the state in order to do this. Once that conversation starts, you know what's going to happen, which is that it's going to go nowhere. So, I mean, it's not even worth bringing it up, because if you're trying to solve your income issues, that has nothing to do with Whoopi Goldberg's wide ass sitting on a stage, you know, like using black people as self-actualization therapy. It's two different things. Politics and income are not related.
No, they're not. And
Lee,
you know what?
Can I ask Lee a question real quick? Go ahead, Sabrina. My bad.
Oh, no, it's okay. Really quick, I just want to say there's minority groups in every country that have, you know, some kind of disgruntlement or disagreement, who have their Jesse Jacksons or whoever you want to call it. There's the Rohingyas, there's the Kurdish. There are minorities in all of those countries who are claiming that they're being oppressed, okay? So they're the nation within the nation. So if a better example would be to compare them to Black Americans, who are the, you know, the minority within their country. So that would be a better example, right? But you won't even hear from those people because they're in camps or being oppressed beyond oblivion. So no, it's wrong. Like when you think of the Han Chinese, you think everyone is that. No, there's minorities in those countries, okay? There's minorities in the Middle East, right? And the Yazidis, the whatever those groups, and to be honest with you, they get killed. So the minority in America, the most famous minority, is the Black Americans, right? And they hold that torch for a lot of people. And a lot of people look towards them as some kind of, you know, movement where, okay, because at the end of the day, countries are rated or respected based off how they treat their most marginalized. And that's what America does. They say, we are amazing, we spread democracy, and therefore the way we do it is because we treated Black Americans well, and so on. Because how else can they be the beacon of the world? And now we know it's a lie. So no, Whoopi has a voice, just like the leader of the Rohingyas does, or any other group of people. There's been many minority leaders. It's not just Jesse Jackson or whatever. There's Buddha. There's so many other groups of people whose voices. You could argue Jesus was a voice for the minorities.
Okay, I just like to, when we talk about other minority groups, when we talk about, like, especially the Asian groups, like, I've seen this with my own two eyes in my neighborhood where I'm from. I don't know if any of y'all from Houston or ever been to Houston. If any of y'all know about Bel Air Boulevard that run through A-Leaf, y'all would have seen that how the Asian community has grown over the last 30 years. And I'll say this, when we're talking about other minority groups, we don't have, excuse me, give me one moment, I'm just getting a message. Give me one moment.
JB, what's going on, brother?
What's up? I
That doesn't necessarily mean you will be worse off.
Hold on,
It's some minority groups that are quite wealthy.
Hold on, you don't hear my voice, bro? Hold on, this is his room, man. Hold on one second, y'all. Go ahead, JB. What you want to say, bro?
He heard me. He has no respect for the room. But anyway, I can only stay for a little while. So I got some real life stuff I have to handle. But if you and Stig want to keep it open, be my guest.
Happy Clubhouse birthday. They have your birthday on.
Thank you.
Happy Clubhouse birthday. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, Lib.
Sorry, Lib. Yeah, you were talking?
So what I was saying is having like smaller numbers of people doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be better off. All right, and so you could look at and I know, by the way, that it is Chinese people other than Han Chinese. They got 55 other tribes there in the country. I'm aware of this. Okay, but I'm saying that you could have Chinese in places like Indonesia, and they're 2% of the population, and I think they finance 80% of the trade. So it's not just because somebody is it's fewer of them in number doesn't mean that they'll be poor. But I'm saying that the ones who are poor and can't come up with a solution, they spend a whole lot of time, waiting for a leader to save them. And there's a whole bunch of leaders that make their living trying to sell their solutions or sell their services. Let me say that. So I would say if you wanted to do it better, you should probably pay attention to vertically mobile minority groups and see what do they do, and not what do leaders tell them that they should do, because it doesn't work. And for Rohingya people, even as much as you know who they are they going to get the upper hand in that situation in Burma? Probably not.
Yo, Leb, let me tell you something, man. Much respect. You're one of the few men on this app that I'll take a shot at, and you don't get your feelings. So I just want to say that.
Those are valid points, yeah. Oh, sorry, Holly.
I like that you're bringing up, Lev. I like that you're bringing up the business of racial grievances, because that's something that I feel like in the past year I really started to notice it, especially when that one dude was there with the mother of in Texas that stabbed the other boy. I'm forgetting his name. When her mother was up there speaking, and she spoke so wonderfully. I mean, that guy that's he kept repeating it over and over. I just thought, wow, this is what it's come to, hasn't it? This is it. I mean, it's just so obviously a grift. It's almost like are other people starting to see that too? Because it's becoming so obvious.
Holly, do you know that I see on Twitter all the time, right? I don't mean to direct it towards you, but I see so many people on Twitter who are attacking white women and saying, "Oh, white woman, you are shove your savior complex up your ass," and they're saying such aggressive things towards white women. I'm not. Yes, and you know what? I had to respond to them. I said, "Leave white women alone," right?
No,
because at the end of the day. Yeah.
They should.
No.
I think it's good. They're right. Don't stop this savior thing. It's annoying. It's embarrassing.
Fair enough. Take responsibility for the things you do wrong. 100%, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is that other countries who are very critical, right, of white women or white men or whatever, it's like if you want to, get your country to, you have to die for those rights. That's what. The ancestors of Americans did. You go to war, you fight it out, you do this. It's like no one else can do that for you. No one could come and create those changes for you, right? So they want to drag white men and white women or any group of people through the coal mines. And it's like, no, if you want those changes in your society, you have to do the coals just like everyone else did. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even understand why they do that all the time. Why they constantly on. America can never be itself. It always has to be the police. And I just think it's unfair for white and black Americans or black Americans and white people. You know what I mean? It's never your own country. It turns into this, fortress where other people want to tell you that, oh, you guys are hypocritical. You have to fight in this conflict for us. For what? What do they gain from it?
Americans, are they starting
Your
to
phone
feel like
breaking up.
they're being?
I hear you now. You sound like you're coming in.
I can hear it now.
Are they starting to feel like they're being spoken down to? Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to see when you're being grifted upon. Like, I'm sure there's times when I've been grifted upon, like, you know, and taken for a ride, and it's like, when you're in it, you don't see it because they're like talking what you want to hear. But I don't know. Like, do you think that some of these?
Your phone went out.
Yeah, you went out, Holly.
You know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Do you guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, white feminists are being dragged through the coals, and I don't understand because a lot of those white feminists, they're fighting for rights within their own country, and now they're being completely attacked. And Western women, they don't know. I don't understand it. Like, if you want rights, you don't have to attack Western women. You don't. You can, use any other group of women as an example. I don't understand it. It's confusing to me.
So you're saying they should attack other groups of women?
I'm not saying they should attack, but let me give you an example, right? If Iranian women, right, I'll just give you an example. If they want to say they want to dress however they want, why not use African women as an example, right? They dress however the fuck they want, right? Or you can use other groups of women. If you say, and I've seen Iranian, influentials who say Western women, they're not attacking for us, they're not supporting us, they're not doing enough for us. What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Because they're trying to help, right? But at the end of the day, if you want to fight, like, you have to fight to get your country back. That's how it works, and they're doing it. I'm friends with a lot of Iranian women. They're doing it. They're doing it right now, and I think that's incredible. But no one else can do it for you. That's what people need to understand. No one else can do it for you.
Yo, hold on a second. So you said no one else could do what for you? You fight for you? This is what you're saying, Queen?
Yeah, transforming your society, no one else can do it for you. You can't buy mercenaries to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Yeah.
Is somebody trying to do that? You feel like?
Yeah. Are you on? Yeah, because, brother, if you see on Twitter and stuff, you see so many people who are Iranians, and I really want the best for their nation, who are saying stuff like the white savior complex and, you guys are not doing enough. And it's like, this is your time to strike. This is your moment. They have all the recipes, but they need to strike. And they're doing, no one would ever say the Middle East is not brave, right? But at the end of the day, there's so much violence put towards, the West, like, you guys should do this for us. You should do for... At the end of the day, you don't have to do anything to people who are degrading you, right? You build allies through love, not through
Samir.
If you don't support us. Yeah,
Samir.
Sorry.
No, don't stop being Canadian all the time. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, geez. But I was just gonna say, because we know each other for a minute now, and I remember when you were too shy to come to stage, and now you became a revolutionary. I think that's amazing. See what Clubhouse did?
Thank you. I love Clubhouse. I do. Thank you, JB.
Why the 50th new name?
I don't know. I'm just watching this, and I want things to go well for Iran. I really do. And I hope they have a lot of, women who are stepping up. So I want things to go well for them. And not in the... Yeah, not in a way where you have to... The Whoopi video broke my heart because it's like, you don't have to attack her, right? To push, their rights. You don't have to do that. You don't have to compare, It was, in my opinion, I thought it was hurtful.
What was hurtful about it? Maybe I'm missing something. What was hurtful about the video?
Yeah, because I think Whoopi is trying to maintain a bit of like, we're going through our own problems as well. And I think she was trying to the nation that she's in doesn't belong to her. And I think she was just trying to hold on to this idea of we can develop our own rights. But this oppression, I think the oppression Olympics is too very insulting, and it's telling Black people that, oh, who do you think you are? You have too many rights. Compare yourself to women of those rights. I don't think that's what the other girl was doing, trying to say.
Canada girl.
It's hurtful.
So Canada girl. So we get some clarity so everybody understands.
Somalia, Canada girl, yeah.
Oh, well, pardon me, Mister. You're the nicest Somalian I've ever met on the
Thank you.
But so I just want people to know that when you're speaking on Black issues, it's because you're a Black woman. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, JB. I appreciate it.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. She sounds very beautiful and stuff like that. But I'm not getting the point. What, is she looking for a personality change in people? I'm gonna tell you, Hillary Clinton said one thing to Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna send you the video. She told him, I don't believe you change hearts and minds. I believe you change laws and policies. What I get from Sabina, and I'm sure she's a very beautiful person, but what I get is she wants people to be nicer. And I'm hearing a lot of people say this shit on your stage, JB. I feel like I'm on an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Right? Are we looking for niceness now?
I am too. I think we could use a little bit of grace and each other. Yeah.
But is that really realistic, though? I don't know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're nice, and many people are nice.
I'm super nice, but I'll be honest with you. If you're looking for people to be nice during times of war, you might not be built for this. This shit is real out here. You know, Iran is a beautiful place. I mean, it's so beautiful. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Beautiful, beautiful people. They smiling, joyous. I mean, I seen it. Beautiful, you know. I don't think it's really over. You know, it's really sad. But it doesn't seem like kindness and niceness is what, is what's going to heal this thing with Iran and who is JB? Iran and Israel? Because I don't even know. You know what, Jay? I never looked into this shit. What is this whole thing about, bro? What is this? Maybe Sabina, what is this Iran-Israel thing? What is this about?
I think JB could have. I don't know exactly what it's about, to be honest with you. The full grasp of it. JB, do you know what it's fully about?
Because I'm a little busy right now. I'm just gonna say, in my opinion, humble opinion, it's anti-Semitism. Iran wants to eliminate Israel off the face of the earth. That's my Cliff Notes version. If anybody else wants to jump in, be my guest.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that there is this. So usually Iran, that is Shiite, is seen as like an aggressor to the rest of the Sunni countries, king. But this has been unifying, as horrible as it is for Israel. A lot of people have been unified under, like they see Iran as stepping up to Iran or something like that. So it's unified the Middle East, and Israel is part of the Middle East, right? So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. There needs to be some kind of, League of Nations, something like that for the Middle East so they could come together. But this created some street cred for Shiites, who are not really liked, I would say, by the rest of the Middle East. So I don't know if anyone else wants to talk about that. Hi, Tori.
Go ahead. So somebody in the box said a revolution is not a dinner party. They wanted me to tell you that, right? So when we talk about being nice, I do agree, but I also agree with them as well that a revolution is not a dinner party. I think that, like you said, you have to take it by force, and you have to go out in the blaze and really make some things change. You know what I mean? Listen, ultimately, and I hate to say this, but ultimately, Sabina, I think man will be the demise of man. Greed, destruction, anger, all this bullshit that we've done, right? And it's all about control. I think ultimately, man will be the demise of man. And I think that's what we're watching, to be honest with you, right? A bunch of assholes. And we act like a woman couldn't be president. But look at what we did. This is what straight men produce. And I'm a straight man and I love us. But look at this fucking country. Look at the world falling apart. It's all about control and manipulation, and it's very sad. So shout out to people like you who do believe in love. I do too. I believe in kindness as well.
Amen.
Hi.
Hey, how y'all doing?
I'm good. How are you? I think just attacking Western women through the coal mines, right? One of the things I try to push on Twitter is when Iranian women are being told, oh, you're trying to be Western if they want to dress, which is sadly how they used to dress before the Khomeini. What I used to post is like they're trying to dress African, I'm trying to like switch the narrative, like, no, they don't want to dress Western. They just want to dress African, which is dress for the weather and dress however they want. That's one of the things I've been trying to push, because there's been this aggressiveness where, like, if Iranian women want to dress a certain way, it's an indigenous way, which is part of their heritage, like the Persian heritage. I usually like to say that, no, they don't want to dress Western. They just want to dress African and, like Polynesian or whatever. They just want to dress for the weather. Like, why would you want to dress in a desert weather, right? I don't know if that helps, but I thought that was a way to take it off of, this idea that the Western wants to dominate. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely.
In terms of, okay. Yeah, because I feel like Black women dress how they want. And I feel like that should be the direction, right? Because the problem is what's happening with Iran is a lot of people are trying to say they're trying to be Western. I don't see it that way. I think they're trying to recapture their culture that they had before, right? This extreme, it's just heartbreaking. I want their country to go well, and I want them to, yeah, I don't know. But I don't want Western people to be attacked as well, like, Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. I don't know what your infatuation is with Western people. Some Western people need to be attacked. Seriously. Some of us fucked up on the West.
Sure.
It's like some Canadians. Where you from? They're not all good.
No, they're not. Right.
So I like that you're trying to save the world, but you're going to lose a lot of yourself trying to save everybody. But I like what you're saying. A lot of people don't even know the history of places like Iran. They don't know. I didn't even know it was like Italy. Like, they was chilling. They was chilling like America before a new regime came in. Now all the women had to cover up. I didn't even know the history until lately, to be honest with you, Sabina. So I don't think a lot of people do know. And I do think that it seems as if they're trying to adapt Western culture, right? But that's only for the people that don't know the history of Iran and places.
Well, what is a Western culture to you?
Okay, so when we talk,
what would that look like for a woman?
So Sabina, you want to respond to that? I don't want to take it if you want to respond.
Because I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't think that dressing, because here's the thing, right? When we think of the West, we think of like, what do you guys think? I think of like Vikings, cold people, and the way they dress, right? I don't consider that, like if you look at like Black people or Polynesian people, America's people dress for the weather, for the weather, right? So it doesn't make sense to make a woman or a group of people who live in heat, right?
Yep.
To cover up, right? Because I think that it wouldn't be good for them, although it can stop the UV lights or whatever, but it shouldn't be something that's oppressive. I seen a video that broke my heart of a little girl who was dancing. She was in Iran, and this Iranian soldier who's wearing niqab, right, comes up to her. I think niqab is extremist. That's my opinion. I stand by it. And she went up to her and told her, oh, what do you dress like, blah, blah, blah. And I think that is horrible, in my opinion. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
She shouldn't be telling, right, they shouldn't be telling a little girl how to dress that's 5 years old. She was 5, So that I would say, nothing. She was wearing a dress that was like a little kid's dress. A little kid's dress that you would think of a schoolgirl. She was 5 years old.
Are they
You know?
like referring to the height of the skirt or something?
Not at all. It was just the soldiers don't want. I can send you the video if you want to see, but it was just heartbreaking because the niqabs, the women that were after her, they were soldiers, right? And they want to maintain control. So this regime, I don't know if it's ending. I don't know what it is, but to dress like someone who lives in the desert a 7th century is not adapting to the world. And yeah, that's how I see it. Sorry.
I mean, if okay, are you okay with the way Western culture dress right now?
I don't like the Western overly sexual attire either. No, I don't like that either. Yeah.
So you do agree that there has to have some type of order or objective.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the America and stuff have to establish that. Yeah, I agree.
I agree too. So we shouldn't be going around saying, they could do this and they could do that, because sometimes you just can't. Correct?
Absolutely. And I support gender roles. I don't believe in promiscuity and stuff like that. Yeah.
You got a good head on your shoulders, Nathan. That's really well.
I believe everybody that's fully dressed is not a nun, and everybody that's half naked is not a whore. I think women should have autonomy over themselves, and they should be able to dress how they want to dress. And if them and their man have an agreement, right, on how he wants her to dress, and they can agree and compromise, then do that, right? But I don't believe men should be telling women they should be hot as hell in a desert, covering their whole body up. You know what I'm talking about? Bruh, and while y'all over there doing weird shit with little boys. See, there's some documentaries out here where a lot of the people in them country, they telling the ladies what to do, and they out here doing some weird things behind the scenes. So
that's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. See, some people don't know what I'm talking about. There's some weird shit going on. And they telling these women to cover up, and they doing weird things out there. Go ahead, Sabina. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're not excusing the weird stuff either, but let's be honest here. You cannot do whatever you want. That is my body, and it's really not yours. Let's just start there. It's not really yours. There's an order and a design for everything that exists. Every single thing. Just because you could do it doesn't make it right. But that's the gift of free will. Thank God for that free will. But regardless, there are order and design that we need to follow. And we deny that, and there's chaos. The further away we are from God, the more chaos it is, as we see right now. The fact that we have atheists exist baffles me. That actually baffles me. But besides the point, no, they cannot do whatever they want, because it matters what they do, because it affects other people. What people do affects others around you, which is why Jesus Christ is so hung up on other people, loving your neighbor. There's a reason for that. Because what you do affects others. I will never have my wife half naked walking in the streets when I know men are physical creatures. They like physical appearance. They see some booty popping out some shorts walking past them. A lot of them gonna look, bro. Let's be real. That's already disrespecting my wife. Why would I send my wife out there to get disrespected?
Okay.
That makes no sense to me.
So I love what you're saying. So this is the thing. I know that people do the most devilish things, right? I'm looking at some of the men that's telling the women to cover up, and I see documentaries where they do a lot of questionable things. Now, this is the thing. We're saying that. Hold on one second. I'm about to respond. I know you can't control yourself, but I'll let you speak. Let me speak. So therefore, your wife should suffer because men don't have sexual control. Wait a minute. Your wife should suffer because men don't have sexual discipline. Listen, if that's your wife, that's the way you want to conduct your household, you do it. But you're not here to tell Sabina how she should dress, right? That's not your girl. That's not your woman. That's not your daughter. Who the fuck are you to tell her how she needs to dress to appease men who can't control themselves sexually? Now, what I want you to do is look up the women who have went through things like SA, right? And look at the outfits they had on. They weren't dressed scantily clad. They weren't half naked. Look up the outfits. I need people to do the research, because essentially God gave you an outfit, right? Since we want to talk about God gave you an outfit, right? And it wasn't a polo shirt, was it? Right? That's why you say you're in your birthday suit. Right? And if we talk about the Bible, we know man covered up when their eyes was open to good and evil, correct? So what I'm saying is, at some point, men are going to have to control their perversions, so women in the Middle East won't have to be hot as hell, because some brother is freaky tonight. The women are suffering. It's not working, bruh.
It actually is working. It's working a lot. You can actually look at the statistics when women was dressed appropriately and how well black people was doing at this time. Check the history back in 1900 when everyone was dressed appropriately in suits, going to church. We had our own black businesses. Fast forward now, we can't even pick up our pants sagging all the way to our knees. We shaking ass in music videos. And you gonna tell me that, oh, it's okay, let them do as they please because it's their body. Well, since the other people can't control themselves, that's on them. I'm going to continue to do what I want to do. Man, get out of here, bro. And that's the wrong with the world now. Y'all have no morality.
Can I ask?
No objective morality. You have objective morality.
Sure.
That means whatever you feel is right.
He wants to keep talking because he's losing the argument.
So how you?
No. It's not about losing argument.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let him finish, because clearly the brother triggered, so let him talk, and then we let the
Right. I want to ask him a question.
Very triggered. That's why I said you got a weak argument. Why would you be triggered?
Because I believe that's a demon speaking.
Right, but you already
sit up there and let people.
Brother, you gotta let me respond, bro. You talking.
What you mean let you?
I let you finish. You have to let somebody finish.
You want your 9-year-old? You want your 9-year-old raped by a man? Would you be cool with that? Would you be cool with that?
You asking King that, right?
No, I'm asking you that, right? Because this is what happens, right? When men can't protect their own woman, right? Your own daughter who's 9 years old. I have to ask you this. It hurts me to ask, right? But it's the truth. When a 9-year-old bride is given to a man who's 80 years old, would you be okay with giving your 9-year-old daughter, right? Hypothetically, to a man who's 80 years old. Would you be cool with that?
What they gotta do with it?
No, it's hypothetical.
Sure.
It's hypothetical. Yeah. Would you be okay with a 9? Yeah, it's okay. A 9-year-old girl, a 10-year-old girl, given to a man who has high status in your society, and he makes her his child bride. Would you be cool with that?
Why is she about to embarrass herself? No.
You wouldn't be. You wouldn't be.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, cool. Okay, what if he comes in and shoots you?
What if he comes and shoots me?
Yeah. Yeah, his group of people come and shoot you if you say no. Or they'll shoot her. What do you want?
Right. See, you're losing them. You know why? Your brother don't know the history of other countries and what they go through. He doesn't understand.
Yeah, he's not about that life.
Exactly. Yeah. He doesn't understand how far it goes. It starts out like that. Look, it ain't her body. It's my body. I get to tell you how you dress. And then it never ends. Them girls are being tortured. It's whatever way the man says it's supposed to go. This is what's going on. And that's why the sister is saying, would you give your daughter up to an 80-year-old man? It's a lot of things going on here in this world. Life is way bigger than Compton, brother. I don't know where you're from. But you love to overtalk. But you don't love to listen. The sister asked you a question. Because you said it's not her body, it's yours. Huh? It's the woman's body is not her body? What are we talking about? What are you talking about, bruh? This is the problem outside. Y'all are using God to be dictators to women, and you wonder why they don't want to cover their head no more. You wonder why they don't even want to be in relationships no more. Because we done took this shit too far, bruh. Because it starts out like you, and then it starts out, well, you should give your daughter up to an 80-year-old man. Bro, we got to stop, bro. God is about righteousness. And you telling a woman what she need to do with her body, grown as hell, bro, that ain't right. That's wicked, bro. That's
Man, y'all in prison. Where does an 8-year-old, what did that come from? What that has to do with what I said?
What?
What does an 8-year-old
being
your
raped family by your wife
and married?
We are just telling
what does
every
that have
woman
to?
how she need to dress and how she need to put herself together.
But what does that have to do with what I'm talking about?
That's what you were talking about, dummy. What are you talking about, nigga? That's how you started out talking.
What are you saying?
That's why I don't like to talk to people that are not critical thinkers. They lose their own phone. So when a sister asked you a question, you was like,
all right,
yeah,
so
I just answered and watch her make a fool of herself. She didn't make a fool of herself. She made a fool of you. Because you got lost.
So what did I brought up? What did I brought up? I'm listening. What did I bring up?
Y'all run scripture of the Bible, now you godly. But the Bible also says submit to each other. But you're not submitting to your woman tonight. Listen, the Bible doesn't tell you to. The Bible ain't tell you to control Sabina or what Nye wears. Control your home, King.
Okay, I got you.
Control your life. Do what you do. Listen, if she allows you to lead her. But the problem is a lot of women won't allow us to lead because we lack one thing. What is it? What's the difference between a dictator and a leader? Compassion. And a lot of time as men, we have audacity, but we don't have compassion for women. And that's what's messing up the world, bro.
So it's okay for them black women to shake their ass on the TV.
Listen, it ain't about caping for nothing. It's about understanding that she can dance because guess what? Let me tell you something. Y'all got a problem with women dancing but she can carry your child for 9 months and then you'll leave her because she got fat. Y'all are lame as hell. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, I don't rock with this new generation of men because they're too feminine. Listen, hold on a second. She can cry. She can be abused. She can go through all the pain in the world. She can be used and abused by niggas. But you mean to tell me she can't have fun dancing in front of a TV because you're a pervert? Because the dudes are a pervert. She can't have fun? You mean to tell me this lady who just got off her office job can't put some shorts on and dance in front of the TV? Man, hey, man, buy your wife some flowers, man.
She should
buy
not.
your wife some flowers. She deserves
She should not. You're the devil. No, she should not. And you're the devil.
I understand the fact that you're speaking
crazy.
Perhaps a wall.
Let me ask
who
you this
does
question.
not understand, has no feeling, and is someone who would probably be an incompetent person.
No objective truth. He has subjective truth.
Yo, can other people speak in this room, or is this just like both of you?
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm speaking at the same time. Can we just come on, man? Go ahead. Who want to jump in there? Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I wanted to jump in. Can I?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. So, I was listening to what the brother said. I understand he's off on certain things, but the sister that jumped in just went on extreme as well. A 9-year-old married to an 80-year-old dad. Why do you always have to go extremes? I understand the brother is very American. He's probably not been anywhere outside his neighborhood, but so I understand his mindset is going to be skewed because he hasn't been anywhere. So no, I'm not dissing him. I'm just
I'm laughing, dog. I'm sorry.
No, it's not a diss. I'm just saying, that's what he sounds like.
It's a light diss, bro.
When we look at societies, we look at the extreme and we also look at the worst, right? I myself. Hold on, sir.
Hold on, you interrupted him. Please let him go, y'all.
When I first came up here, it was about.
Yo, brother, if you could let us.
He's interrupting you.
You right after that.
Yo, can I finish, please? Thank you.
Y'all, I'm the subject, and you're gonna tell me.
Yo, John, we're gonna let you talk.
You're not the subject.
He was in the middle of talking.
He says he's the subject. You're not the subject. Nigga, you don't make character syndrome. You're not the subject. I don't see your name on the title. So, yeah. I understand like what the sister's saying, but you don't have to go to extremes. That's what you always do on Clubhouse. You just go to one crazy extreme like that. Come on. There's a lot of like in betweens. Before you get to that extreme, or a 9-year-old get married to an 80-year-old man. Obviously, nobody's gonna want that. I've got a 9-year-old son. God forbid that some idiot wants to come and try some shit like that. I'm giving him lead or something. But yeah, I just want to say, try and keep things moderate in the middle. You don't have to jump to extremes to make your point.
You know what's so crazy though? Go ahead, John. It's something.
I appreciate it. So I asked her about Western society specifically. I am Western. I am American. The subject is about what happens in America. You're saying it's okay for my country, black women, to be on the screen busting their pussy naked. You're telling me that's okay for my country while you telling me to have sympathy for another country that ain't got nothing to do with my black woman. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you okay with my black woman in America to be on TV shaking their ass to secular music talking about bitch, ass, fuck, killing one another because, oh, I just feel like that. It's my truth. Can I hear it? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, again, John, when you come on the internet, there are a lot of countries in the world outside America,
I'm talking to King, man.
Yeah, I hear you, but I'm just trying to expand
I know they got other things that's going on.
Other people, outside America,
The conversation was about Western.
So there's a big one outside America. And when you come on the internet,
conversation was about Western.
Yeah, but when you come on the internet, everybody's not in America.
I'm talking about America.
Hold on
That's what I came to talk about.
You're on the World Wide Web.
Hold on one second,
I brought the subject up.
Yeah,
when I asked him what was the subject about, he couldn't answer it. I asked Sabina about America. I asked Sabrina about the West.
Bro, you guys made the music.
No, I gotta calm down, man.
You do what you want to do.
You gonna tell me I can't defend myself and my country and
how
my
you want to do it? Because I don't want to move you down. I want to answer your question. All right. Shout out to Sabina. Right. So the thing is, I don't mind women dancing. Right. You know, my thing is, I think you should dance to the music. Don't let it raise you. Don't let it raise your kids. Right? But I'm absolutely for women listening to a fun song, dancing. You understand what I'm saying? I think that sometimes, we fault musicians for what parents don't do. Burna Boy shouldn't be raised an African child. Right? They should dance to Burna Boy and DeVito, but they shouldn't be...
musicians don't raise African children. That shit happens.
Exactly. I know.
It only happens in America.
I agree with you. So I'm telling him the same thing. I think that I think women should be able to dance. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Got you. So imagine the ones that don't have parents, who don't grow up with parents, and they get a hold to that secular music. Or maybe the environment produces that. I wonder where the environment produces that come from. So you're gonna blame it on parents now? What about the people that don't have parents, King?
I never met a person that don't have a parent.
Yeah, they're low to them, and they're low to them.
No, because I don't know how they got here without parents.
You never met a person that have a exist.
Yo, bro, we gotta use common sense, King.
Just like you told me
how do they get here
countries. Just like you told me they had other countries that's going through something.
How do they get here without parents?
They got people that don't have parents that's going through things, bro.
How did they get here without parents?
Sometimes their parents are dead after, they're orphans. They might have lost their parents. Their parents might not be capable of looking after them, so they are wards of the state and shit like that. There are lots of people that don't have parents.
So are you telling me that nobody brought them in the world?
In America.
Their parents brought them into the world and they died.
That's all I'm saying. So that's the thing, right? Sometimes there's going to be a disagreement when you're not a critical thinker. What I'm saying is, if they didn't have parents, they wouldn't be in the world. What I'm telling him is, what we don't need to do is just focus on one set of people and say that women shouldn't dance in general. So what about men? So what about the men that do devilish men? Should they now not be able to get guns or not be able to play sports? Like, what are you talking about right now?
Yes, maybe some of those things, yes. Maybe men shouldn't get guns as well. That wouldn't be a bad thing for America. Look at how many people get shut down.
Obviously, not a replays of disabled.
I understand you guys love your guns. Well, I'm not American, so clearly I don't love guns.
This is funny, bro. Y'all go ahead, man.
Yeah, but John, I'm with you. I'm actually with you on some things. Just the way you came across. But he's left. Anyway, like Sexy Red.
Yeah. Hey, you know what,
They
bro?
feel like Sexy Red. That shit is not music. I don't enjoy any of that shit. In fact, after 2009, everything that's so-called modern hip-hop is trash. I think they should be lined up and shot in the head. Fucking Lil Baby. What the fuck is that? That's not rap. They should be lined up and shot in the head, firing squad. All that nonsense. Toxic. That's all they look at the depravity. Look at black children raising up dancing to that bullshit. I think John is Iboka. I think they should be lined up and shot in the head. Lil Red, whatever, Gabi B, whatever the fuck they call it. They should line up and shoot them in the head, man.
So this is the thing, you know, and I agree with baby girl in the comments. She said she believes everybody should be raised the kids to Stevie Wonder. However, I think people live different type of lives, and I also believe that if that drum or that song resonates with you and you want to dance to it, do what you want to do. Like, I'm not here to tell that girl she can't listen to Sexy Red. Like, I'm not going to tell Sig he can't listen to Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn. You understand what I'm saying? I think you should raise your family.
Wow,
you know
why I gotta, why
I like this song. It's called Neon Moon.
Why I gotta, hold on, wait, why couldn't rappers, man? Why you gotta give me a country?
My bad, bro. But T Grizzly, first day out. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Yo, I'm an artist, so it hurts me. It hurts me to say things like that, like to say things about artists like that. But this shit is gone beyond crazy.
I agree, bro. I mean, listen, I agree. The music is bad, but guess what?
That shit is beyond crazy. Now,
do you listen to the same thing now you listened to when you were 15?
I don't listen to any type of hip hop music now. No.
Okay, did you listen to it when you were younger?
I grew up on that shit. I grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, so you know, I think at some point, now that we're the new adults, we kind of become like our parents. We kind of forgot where we came from.
No.
You kind of know where I'm coming from?
Sorry, okay, Congressman. When you're done now, Congressman, sorry.
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay, it's just, this kind of frustrates me when I get to this. Because people tell me that just like when you were growing up, your parents were telling you that music is rubbish. No, I fucked with the guys before my time. Rakim, KRS-One. I fucked with those guys long before my time. Then when they were past, when Nas and their boss came, Nas, the Big, Pac, I fucked with them, man. You know, actually, sorry I said this backwards. So I had to go back and study the old guys, you know. And I love them, you know, KRS-One, Rakim. You know, that was before my time. And when the Nas, Pac, Hove, Biggie came through, I love them. So when the older generation was saying them, even in the 80s, I love 80s music. I mean,
yeah, I got
you understand? So what I'm saying is, when these new people are saying that it's because you're old, you don't fuck with their music. That's not true.
No, I know what you said, but what I'm saying is when you were younger, you listen to music, you was just trying to have some fun, bro. Like, it wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't explain. Like, I will say, if you listen to Jeezy, you probably so dope. You listen to some R&B, you probably have some kids at a young age. So I understand that music is influential, but I also think we taking the joy away from people in life. Music is supposed to be joyful at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not when it's being used as a weapon against you.
Go ahead, brother.
Sorry, I thought you were done. I'm not sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. If you were not finished, go on.
Yeah, I see. For sure. Go ahead.
I said music is supposed to be fun, like you said, but when it's not when it's being used as a weapon against your community. You gotta wise up when it's being used to wipe you out, basically. Used as a weapon against your community. I mean, you think this fucking look at that's why China is becoming the world power. They're the smartest country in the world. China, even TikTok, that's a Chinese company. The TikTok that's in China is not the same as the shit that goes around the rest of the world, polluting minds of children. Nope. Their TikTok is educational for their kids. Everything they do is educational for their kids. They don't let all this toxic shit.
Nah, I agree with you. We, fortunately, we don't live in China. I don't want a damn educational video every time a nigga rap. I just don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sometimes
and
you just want something that's jamming.
I hear you cause different music play for different times. You don't always want to get serious shit. But I mean, it doesn't have to like be depravity as well. I mean, you can see fun music without all the depravity.
I agree, man. Listen,
there's a lot of fun music.
I agree.
Yeah, we can go to my time, the 90s. I mean, even those serious guys that were serious, like Pac, still made fun music as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you even had some really funny music. I mean, there's one guy that came out there, shit. Afro Man, oh my, I can't forget that song, man. That shit was so funny. You get belly ache after you listen. What was that song again? I was gonna clean my room, and then I got high. Thank you. Come on. There's funny music as well. There's funny. Don't tell me that they had funny music, but I mean, lots of people had fun music.
Hold on. What did you just say? The Afro Man?
The Afro Man song was very funny. Then I got high. I was gonna clean my room.
Yeah, that was funny. I have to agree.
I agree, but guess what? This is the thing, right? I like Frank Sinatra, Fly Me to the Moon. But guess what? I like Alanis Morissette. Isn't it ironic? But guess what? That was my generation. These kids got the right to listen to the music they like too. Your son might like Afro Man, but he's probably getting high when he listens to that shit. All I'm saying is,
my son is too young to be getting high, please.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So my thing is this. I believe that the new generation has the right to discover what they like, and I believe women have the right to dance to whatever they want to dance to. Why are we so hard on fucking music, man? Let people chill, bro. I like Tennessee whiskey, bro, but I'm drinking Douce when I'm listening to it. Who cares?
Okay, that's fine. You know what? Oh, shit. I feel like I keep interrupting you. Sorry. You almost sound like you're about to land. You sound like you're about to land when I jump in. I'm not sure if you were landing or if you're still going.
But go ahead, bro. Go.
So I was going to say, yeah, this shit is it's not only America, but it's mostly you guys are catching the brunt of it. So if you're happy with them, with your enemies policing it and basically raising your children up, filling your head with nonsense, then I guess that's your problem. But it's not. You guys.
Hold on. Run that back. You said we're happy with the enemy. What?
I said if you're happy with the enemy policing your children's minds and corrupting their minds with bullshit and basically nasty problem. The enemy is white supremacy and they control your music.
You're telling me that black kids ain't record? I got a studio in my house. I can make a song today. No white person is telling me what to rap, bro. Y'all got to stop, bro. White supremacy is not controlling hip hop, bro.
Do you not understand how the music industry works?
Bro, you mean to tell me it ain't brothers that got a studio in their house that want to rap about killing another black dude? Why we gotta blame white folks for everything that happened under us?
It's fine. There's no need to debate it.
Kind of corny.
If you disagree, it's fine.
I'm saying that's the facts. No white person.
Okay, I agree.
Rap about twerking or killing somebody tonight. That's just not what I come from the industry. Do you know no white person told me you should rap about killing a nigga tonight? Nobody ever told me.
They have not told me to, but yet we know the songs that are being the songs that are making it that get more likes, more hits, that are getting more streams. There's certain type of songs. It's not an accident. It's technology now. So if you don't rap about those type of things, your songs ain't getting no traction. About saying things, your songs get pushed. You get more streams. You get
That's not really true either, brother. You get a song and you put a budget behind it. You know, if you had a movie, you would have to have a promotional budget for the movie, marketing. That's how music works. The truth is, a lot of the guys that make the good music think that they don't have to put a budget behind it because they think everybody's gonna like it. However,
you think every single guy that makes good music thinks that way, yeah?
Brother, I'm telling you how it works. I own a promotional company. I'm one of the top streamers on TikTok. I know how it works. That's how movies and everything work. You know, it's promotion and marketing. If you want to change the music landscape, find an artist and put the money up and promote it.
You can't afford to go up against the big labels anyway, so what are you going to do?
50,000, you can take a single number one. Do you have 50,000?
Not to put on the song.
Okay, so leave it alone. See, and
If I gave you 50K, I gave you a song, you're telling me you can take it to number 1.
Yes, brother. Yes, $50,000 can take a record number 1. Yes.
$50,000.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let me follow you.
Follow me right now, and I'll follow you too.
Put your money where, put your mouth where.
I signed a Def Jam for $500,000. Jay-Z and L.A. Reid signed me and my brother. I know how it works. We had a budget for clothing. We had a budget for marketing and promotion, a budget for flying, travel. You know, I mean, that's how, sometimes we look at people and we don't understand music and movies is just another industry. It's the inner work. It's not magic. Beyonce was invested into. You know what I'm saying? Garth Brooks, somebody put the money up. Elvis Presley. Like, we could go back. You want to go back? Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, The Temptations, everybody, like, it's just business like any other business, bro. Unfortunately. Right? But, unfortunately and fortunately, because this is the thing that can happen. You can take $50,000, take up record number 1, but you can buy everything but a natural reaction. So if the people don't like that song that we took number 1 for $50,000, guess what you got to do? You got to come back with another $50,000. Because what you're hoping is once you take that record number 1, you hope that the country likes it so you don't have to keep paying money for the record to stay in rotation. Did that make sense?
Yeah, I hear you. But okay, so if people like the song, then it's making number 1. If people like it, then the song is gonna like go viral and keep like stay number 1 if people like it. I understand what you're saying. A lot of people don't do a lot of promotion, so they got no fund for marketing and promo. So their songs don't really do much.
I get it. That's the game. Even comedy. Go ahead.
King, can you translate for me? Because I'm still trying to figure out if he said that the song he wants to promote is called Taco Sauce. I was like, I don't listen.
I didn't say the name of any song. I didn't say.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
No, I didn't. You said that. I just said 50K and you take a song number 1. You say okay, I'll follow you. I didn't say the name of any song. I do have a song called What Is Blackness, though.
Yo, send it to me. I'm going to put my email in the box. Man.
If you it's on offline. If you just type in my name just the way it is on Clubhouse, DKLH, and you'll find me on all platforms.
Okay, I'm about to pull in. Yeah, I didn't hear you saying that song. That would have been funny. It said sauce.
What is sauce? No, I didn't say that.
Yo, King, when you get a chance, check your back channel, bro.
I bet. I'm on. Hold on. I'm about to pull you right now, too, bro. You said, shout out to Beth for hearing that title of a song. What she said in that shit was Afro song?
Say that again. Maybe I should make a song called that. What was that again?
I'm like, is he talking about America? Is he talking about us kicking out illegals, water jumpers? Like, he's going to make a song called Taco Sauce. I don't know.
Taco Sauce, yeah. I think maybe I'll make a song called Taco Sauce then. Taco Sauce. Have you got the means to play music, King? Yo, King, are you there?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, for sure, bro.
Can you play What Is Blackness? Yeah, let's just see. Let me know if you can take that number 1. I'll give you the 50K.
And it's the Kalisha.
No, that's not it.
That's your stage name, Kalisha, right?
DKLH, so you go.
Okay, I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry, I'm calling you Kalisha and shit. How you spell it? Kelechi, right?
Yes, but you gotta put the before it. So just like my name on Club out there, Kelechi, yeah.
Okay, and the name of the song is?
What Is Blackness?
Okay, and that's the name of the YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, the album is called Conscious Conversational Rap, but you should see What Is Blackness. I'm gonna put it in the chat, so because the way I spelled it is
I can get
you got it already. Okay, cool. What is blackness? Let's explore this. Do your thing, bro.
So many questions there for my mind. Allergies, understand. Only for blackness, more with the blackness, I don't even.
I'm not against it.
Thank you.
I should do it more often.
Can we just take a moment and talk about high sex? Anyway, yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes, it's quite nice. I also highly recommend high dancing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see that.
I don't know why I don't get high and go dancing more often, honestly.